Good morning, everybody. Thank you for tuning into my channel called Take Heed to the Message with Abang Anwa. It just means Queen. Stephen, I see you. Black Queen, how are you? I see you, baby. Let's see who else we got in here. 18, Brian, how are you? Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing this morning? It's good to see y'all. Okay. Now, Elizabeth, how are you? It's good to see you. Black Queen said, looking beautiful in that blue queen. Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Okay. Now, I can't see y'all comments on my phone. I don't know what's going on. Okay, this just started. I just started, okay? But I can see the comments on the computer. Let's hope it don't fall down. Okay, let's let's hope no foolery happened today, okay? So I'm going to be careful with my words because it looked like YouTube is looking at me now. Before you know, I could get in here and say whatever I want to say, but I guess maybe because my numbers have gotten bigger, maybe they trying to regulate my content now. So I got to be careful with what I say. Jackson, how are you? I see you. Now let's get into the foolery. Okay, let's get into the foolery. Milwaukee judge, okay, Hannah Dugan was arrested for helping an illegal migrant escape from ICE agents. Baby, it's getting nasty in here. She's not the only judge that done something like this, okay? There was also another judge, okay, that did the same thing. And we're going to head over to the news and we're going to discuss the foolery. But before we do, okay, good morning, everybody. How y'all doing this morning? Okay, got to say good morning. It's Saturday, okay? Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing? How y'all doing this morning? It's good to see y'all. Thank you for coming to rock with me. Okay, thank you for hitting that like button as well. Let's get into the nonsense. Now, I want to share something with y'all. Can you see me clearly? Because I'm looking on a computer and I can't see, it's looking faded. I got to check another phone. It's looking faded. So I just wanted to know, can you see me clearly? Oh my God. Okay. Ruby says yes. Okay. Thank you, Ruby. All right, because it's looking a little faded. Let me see if I can chime into something else. Let me see what we got. Okay, good. So I can see from the other phone. Okay. So check this out, y'all. We got to discuss something. We're going to discuss Shannon real quick, Shay real quick, because they said another woman has come out. Okay. Another woman has come out talking about Shay. Okay, y'all. Another woman has come out talking about Shay. And it looks like Shay is about to get everything turned upside down in his life. And there were so many people warning this brother, okay? But he did not listen. And he continued to pursue, okay? Because even Cat Williams, okay? Monique, okay? Kendra G, they all said something to Shay. Now, all hell is about to break loose. All hell is about to break loose because this $1 million deal he had is gone, okay? $1 million deal he had is gone. ESPN was like, no, we're finished. You know what I'm saying? We're done with you. So now all this foolery is happening. Now, am I going to laugh at my brother? I'm not going to laugh at him. I'm not one of those content creators, but I am one of those ones that say, damn, they had told you. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of those. Like, wait a minute now. 3 people had told you. This is why I want y'all to listen to something. When God send you a message, okay? We got to put Yahweh in this. God sends you messages, and sometimes he sent it through people. And if you don't take heed to the message, you know I got to put my name in here. If you don't take heed to the message, you're doomed to fail. Because look at this nonsense. Look at this nonsense right now. Now there's another woman coming out against him, allegedly. So we about to see a whole hurricane hit this man's career later in life. Can you imagine? So all the women that he had messed with before, okay, some people coming out, you know, they gonna be speaking. They gonna say he did this, he did that, and it's crazy. Now I want y'all to hear what Mace had said. Okay, Mace said this, and I want y'all to hear what Mace had said. And I understand why he said it, but it is what it is. Okay, let's get in here. This is what Mace said. Here we go.
I'm playing the snow to the blizzard. Yeah, you guys feel. I mean, you got a lot of money. You can't really date in the snow unless you're gonna marry. That is because they don't play by the same rules. They didn't have the same upbringing. So their mindset is to do whatever you ask, because when it goes wrong, they're gonna want their half.
I'm not even gonna just say it's just a snow thing. Even just to this case, like ESPN, like if you are working for Disney, there's no Disney after dark. Like you have to know your role. I'm just saying, like you gotta know what role you're in. Like certain people can do different things. You cannot do that over there. Not with Mickey Mouse. That's the problem.
And as we move away from Shannon Sharpe, just the idea of what's going on, right? We also got to start paying attention, fellas, when they're telling you it's a civil suit. Don't feel like that's just a civil suit. If it's civil suit, but it's something criminal, it could turn criminal really fast. They're just using the civil suit to knock down a lot of your money. I'm seeing this happen with a lot of rappers. Hey, everybody want to play in the snow to the blizzard.
May said everybody want to play in the snow until the blizzard comes. He said be mindful of these civil suits, because once it's criminal, they can do something else. The thing is, my brothers, I want you to understand that you have always been in the category of I'm scared. You know what I'm saying? Y'all have always been in a category of when you see a big black man walking across the street or walking down the street, people have always feared you. Okay? Even when you were young, people have always feared you. So you look at Shannon Sharpe right now. Look at Shannon Sharpe. Look at Shay Shay. Look how big this man is. Compared to this 19-year-old girl. Okay? My problem is I'm not mad. The age is still young, but she consented to it. This is what I believe. She consented to it. But 19, I would share something with you. I would say around the range of 24, 25. You know what I'm saying? When a man is being with a woman that is of his age, 56, I would say 24, 25. You know what I'm saying? She got a little sensible. You know, she got a little sense in her head. But 19, you know, it's too young. It's too young. I'm just saying, I would even rather that Shannon was with someone that was in her 30s. You know what I'm saying? Early 30s. You know what I'm saying? You still got your groove at early 30s. You know what I'm saying? But when we get in here and clown Shannon about dating younger women, we have to clown some of our sisters who out here dating younger men. Because it was just a few weeks ago, not even a few weeks ago, a week ago, okay, that Tracy Ellis Ross was like, I like them young. Okay? She like them young. She not the only one. There's a lot of famous women who are in our community that they like them young. Okay? So we not just coming at Shay Shay like guns is blazing. Okay? We can't just come at him and like guns is blazing and we don't care about nothing else. Now, my problem is that he didn't take heed. Why are you with an OnlyFans? Like, you know what I'm saying? I understand these younger ones are doing this with these OnlyFans and stuff like that. But you supposed to have enough sense at 56. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be mean, but even the women too, you supposed to have enough sense. If these children run all over you, that's right, I said it. If these children run all over you, okay, you supposed to understand that this was coming. As old as you are, you supposed to understand that this was coming. I want you to understand this, okay? When young men and young women are dating older, this is an opportunity for them to gain. This is not, this, let me share something with you. It is very rare. It may happen, but it's rare that this young person really fall in love with you. Okay? Because check this out. When you hear these stories about older men messing with these younger women, right? Okay. And then all of a sudden he done got sick. You never see this girl no more. You never see this girl no more. And she quick to tell you, I am too young to be taking care of some old men. Okay? Same thing like these younger men. They'll tell her, I am too young to be taking care of some old woman. And this is why y'all have to be mindful of who you dating. You know what I'm saying? Who are you dating? Who are you messing with? You know what I'm saying? But to each his own, y'all gonna do what you want to do. But they're dog walking Shay, okay? All through social media, which y'all should have the same smoke for Tracy Ellis Ross. Y'all should have the same smoke for all these other women who get out here and date these young guys too. Because F what you heard. Stella got her groove back. I'm tired of hearing that nonsense. Stella need to go sit down and start crocheting. What are we talking about? You know, because black don't crack. Y'all been losing your mind. You know what I'm saying? Oh no, I can date, and you got sons and daughters the same age as the person you're trying to screw. And this is only because you didn't choose wisely when you were young. You didn't choose wisely when you were young. This is the uncomfortable truth. From my brothers to my sisters, you didn't choose wisely when you were young. So you think it's okay to go in a different age bracket and go do whatever. And then what happens is these young people use you to get what they need to get. And I don't blame them. I don't blame them. I'm going to use you for education. I'm going to use you for a job. I'm going to use you for a car. Because you can't really sit there and tell me that a young person can truly love somebody that is 20 to 30 years, 40 years older than them. I want to share that with you. I want to share that with you. I know it's nasty, but it's true. Because they put in their mind, I'm still young. I am still young. I got time to do whatever I want to do. That's why when you want to date, listen, if you 50-something years old, I don't see nothing wrong with you dating a woman that is in her, you know, she might be late 20s, 30s, early 30s. I don't see nothing wrong with that. But when we talking 19 and y'all, that's too far. That's too far for my sisters and my brothers. That's too far. I'm serious, y'all. It's going wild. It's going wild. Okay. So now I'm going to let that be. We're going to get out of that. You know what? We're not going to get out of that yet. Somebody had made a cartoon. Okay. Dr. Umar responding to Shannon Sharpe. Now I played it yesterday, but they got another one, and it's hilarious. I want y'all to hear this mess. Okay, here we go.
The unspeakable. I'm getting text messages telling me that Shannon Sharpe was accused of the unspeakable. I'm going to stand with my uncle Shannon Sharpe. I'm going to stand with my Uncle Shannon Sharpe. I'm going to stand with Uncle Shay Shay on one condition. Uncle Shay Shay. No more snow bunnies after this scandal. If you cannot promise me that you will never seek the company of another snow bunny, I cannot stand with you. Uncle Shay Shay. Uncle Shay Shay. I'm standing with you, Unc. I think it's a scam. I'm standing with you, Unc. I think it's a scam. I'm standing with Uncle Shannon Sharpe on this one. I'm standing with Uncle Shannon Sharpe on this one, but Uncle Shay Shay, no more bunnies after this. Can somebody confirm if he's being accused by snow bunnies or Afro-Queens? Is this a rice bunny situation? Is this a snow bunny situation? Is this a sand bunny situation? Is this a salsa bunny situation? Shannon Sharpe, I'm going to stand with you, my brother.
I can't. So I don't know all the sauce. I don't. Anyway, so I wanted us to just touch in on that because it's been a lot, and Shannon has been dragged, and this is another brother coming up, and he's talking about Shannon too. So this is, I want to make sure I have his name right because they put his name. Comic Steven. Comic Steven. Let's see. But it's coming from on site. Okay. Now let's see. Let's see what he said. Here we go.
This is crazy.
Okay. Comic Steven Brown. That's his name of his channel. Shout out to Steven. Here we go. So he gonna talk about Shay Shay just a little bit. Okay, here we go.
This is crazy. It's also a sad, sad pattern. When are we gonna learn?
He says,
when are we going to learn? And what's so sad about it is this successful brother was about to go higher. He was about to get a major, major deal. And then all of this happens. And there's probably more to come. Yes, the major takedown, the major public takedown. One of us, again. And I hope and pray that this brother gets through all of this.
Me too.
But this looks bad.
It does.
Real bad. So y'all, be careful out there. Be careful.
So now it's not one. They have another one coming at him. Okay. So they said he got another one coming at him. All right. Now, let me see what else I got. So the thing is that you see how ESPN dropped Shay Shay like how they did, right? You see how they dropped them, was like, nah, it's done. Shay come out and was like, well, you know, we had to part ways, right? But I know when I say this, it's gonna be nasty. But what about Joy Teller? What about that scandal with her? That thing they just swept that under the rug, and she was able to keep her job though, right? They act like it was nothing. You know, when she said, well, if they let me go, I'm just gonna put an essay case on them, right? But they just, you know, they kindly just swept that under the rug. She was able to, you know, continue to work, right? But here we go. Okay, Dr. Boy's going to address that foolery. Here we go.
In the lawsuit, sleeping with her boss. And also, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, allegedly sleeping with her co-host. And then when the girl approached her and said, well, this is not cool. Like, what are you going to do about that? She claims that Joy told her, that's okay. I got him on a leash pretty much because I can just accuse him. I can just accuse him of harassment. So she was literally, as part of her business plan, allegedly, this is according to the lawsuit, planning to falsely accuse a man of something that he did not do, which to me, that you almost bordering on something that would warrant jail time. You know, that to me is a problem because you're talking about ruining somebody's life. And in the worst case scenario, getting somebody locked up because you're trying to go get a job and nobody's checked her on that. Nobody checked her on that. Right. And so this right there, that to me is an issue. It's very interesting, right? Because I guarantee you that if Shannon Sharpe was doing the same thing on his job, he wouldn't have an option to leave. He'd be out of there. I don't know a single man who could get away with that. For whatever reason, they kept her on the air and they keep going as if it never happened, which is really the weirdest thing in the world to me. I think that she should be penalized for that. I think that somebody should check her on that. And let me see here. I found some more information. So in the lawsuit, she was accused of having sexual relationships with Fox Sports executive Charlie Dixon and co-host Emmanuel Acho. And the thing is, and now she's denied the allegations and all that stuff, and I get that. But Shannon Sharpe is denying his allegations too. So if you're looking for the disparity in terms of the way black men are treated and dealt with in the workplace, it's all over the place. Right. How many of you would agree that there are double standards when it comes to black men versus everybody else? Would you agree with that?
It is.
Okay, so so that part is easy. That part is that's not even a conversation starter. I think that the part of the conversation that we don't finish is we don't accept and acknowledge the disparity and make a plan to deal with the disparity. Because a lot of you have sons that are really talented. Your sons are going to work hard like everybody else. They're going to be very successful at what they do. And then somebody's going to come along and say, wow, you're a handsome, successful, wealthy man. Let me see what that thing do in the bedroom. Let's get together and let's, act like we're making a baby. And it'll be consensual, so he'll feel safe. The world lulls black men to sleep. They lull these young black men to sleep, and even older black men, because Shannon Sharpe ain't no young black man no more. He's 57 years old, no matter what he looks like,
57,
and or almost 57.
Okay.
And so then what happens in so many cases is sometimes things go wrong. Like sometimes you get to a situation where, there's a disagreement. Maybe somebody doesn't get what they want or whatever. And as Cat Williams told Shannon Sharpe, y'all remember that episode? Cat Williams told Shannon Sharpe, he said something like a white woman will ruin your life in 2 weekends, or something like that. And he's right. There's a power, there's a privilege that the white female gets that black men don't get. Now, Joy Taylor's not a white female. She's a black female, but she is light skinned and all this other, and a very pretty lady. And so that disparity exists. And I would just tell you that you have to warn your sons, because your sons are going to get caught up. Your son's going to be out here getting involved in situations, especially if he's an athlete or something. And next thing, and he's going to feel completely safe. He's going to say, well, I won't have any problems because I didn't do anything wrong. I'm a good person. And so nobody's going to hurt me, or she loves me. She would never falsely accuse me of anything. And what you haven't seen is somebody that is really economically desperate, or somebody who is embarrassed, or somebody who's hurt, somebody who's emotionally hurt to the point where they're not obligated to care about how you feel.
That's nasty, but it's true. That's nasty, but it's true. Okay? A-Team, I see you. Wallace, I see you. Black Queen, I see you. When y'all see me looking down, I'm looking at the other phone. Okay? So listen, the uncomfortable truth is that Shay is, even though all this was, allegations, okay, Joy had, and am I saying her name correctly? Joy Teller had the same foolery going on. Okay? Yes, alleged, 18. She had the same foolery going on, but they kept her. They just let her continue like nothing happened, and they kept her. Okay? But Shay, they drop. See, it's different, and I'm going to share something with you. We can get in here and say that this may not be about race. This could be he did something. But the thing is that why now? You know what I'm saying? Why now? He didn't just start messing with this 19-year-old. Why now? You know what I'm saying? And this is why I say bedroom talk will get men in a lot of trouble. Because Bugsby, allegedly, the lawyer said that they've been talked to him about this before the news broke that he is about to get this money. Now that means that Shannon had already talked to this young girl about him getting his major deal. He already talked to her. So that's how she knew. And then she was like, let me get my coins together. Let me get it ready. Because just in case, if he don't do something now, I don't like what he doing. You don't know if this could be a case that she told Shannon, I want you to marry me. And if you don't marry me, then I'm going to go say da 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 da. Because why all of a sudden she started recording him? You know what I'm saying? She had a hidden motives. This is what I believe. I may be wrong. But now there's another woman that is coming out and saying that he did the same foolery. Okay? There's another woman that's coming out and said he did the same foolery. Okay? Oh my God. So, Shannon, my prayers go out to you, my brother. I pray that your career does not fall. But man, this is crazy. Later in your later years in life, when you're supposed to enjoy. The devil is busy. The devil is busy, but I'm going to share something with you. When you play in the devil's playground, let's talk about it now. When you play in the devil's playground, a lot of stuff can happen. Okay? 56 years old, you not settled. That's a lot. You about to be 57. You 56 going on 57 and you not settled? I mean, we still getting, the pussy like when you in your 20s. That's a lot. That's a lot. Cause I'm just saying, I'm not here to judge anybody. A little bit. I'm here to judge a lot. But now you see this foolery coming to bite you on your face. When everybody was like, Shannon, stop now. You got to think about some things. Even Cat Williams, I don't know what is going on with this brother. But God has designated this man to tell the truth in a funny way. Okay? God has designated this man right here, Cat Williams, to tell the truth in a funny way. Because everything he had said to Shannon has been coming to pass, okay? Everything he said from that interview that blew up like that has come to pass about everything. This is crazy. About everything. And even though he said to Shannon, listen, okay, a white woman can destroy your career in 2 weekends. I thought he said 1 weekend because I'm about to say, damn, because this is the weekend. Okay. A white woman can destroy your career in 2 weekends. So is he right? Because did it happen last weekend and now we in a new week? I'm just saying. It's crazy. It's crazy. Monique told you need an old fat gal. Now, I don't know about fat gal. I don't know about fat girl. I agree with her that you need an old fat gal, okay? But maybe shapely. Maybe shapely, not out of shape. Shapely, Southern girl. I believe that. But, you're doing too much. And now we're going to have to see you go through all this foolery, okay? And you may go do some jail time. We don't even know what the government might decide to do. Because even though she ain't pressed charges, the state can pick this stuff up. Y'all know that, right? The state pick up stuff like this. Y'all know, right? Anyway, okay, so we gonna let this situation go. We gonna let this situation go right here. Now, I want us to get on to Deion Sanders' son, okay? A lot of people are clowning this young man because he hasn't been picked yet, okay? Deion Sanders' son has not been picked yet, and they in number 3 now. This is the 3rd round, so they in number 3. And nobody has picked him yet. And he probably, more than likely, him and his father thought that they would be, the 1st round, okay? But he did not get picked yet. And so people on social media are wilding out, and they talking about this could be a racial thing. Okay, now I'm gonna share something with you. I don't believe that it's racial. I don't. I think that they're just, the NFL is sending a message to all these youngins that nobody is bigger. Nobody is bigger than the organization. That's what it looked like to me. Because he's not the only one that they have not picked yet. You understand? There's other ones that are, that are good like him too, that haven't been picked yet either. And they're not African American. Some of them are Caucasian. Okay? So that's what it looked like to me. They trying to teach them a lesson. Okay? They're trying to teach them a lesson and let these youngins know nobody is bigger than the organization. It could be alleged, you know what I'm saying? Alleged, but I don't think that this is racially motivated. A lot of people were saying it's because of his father. His father is the problem, the name. That's why they doing that to him. And I don't think that either. I think they just trying to show these young people that the organization is more than you. Okay? We're tired of uplifting the athlete and telling you that you better than everybody. And so, you're bigger than the organization. I think what they're trying to do is humble some of these players. Now, I could be wrong. Because there's some people who believe that I'm wrong. Okay? So here's a woman right here. I want y'all to hear what she got to say. And her name is Ashley. Here we go. Here's Ashley.
Deion Sanders wasn't Deion's son, he would have been drafted in the top 10. Let's just be real. If Shedeur didn't have Sanders stitched to the back of his jersey, nobody would be nitpicking his bad attitude or body language. They would be hyping up a quarterback who threw for over 4,100 yards and 37 touchdowns in a season, set multiple school records at Colorado, won the Johnny Unitas Golden Arm Award, was named Big 12 Offensive Player of the Year, earned first team all Big 12 honors, and racked up accolades like the Jerry Rice Award and the Deacon Jones Trophy, all while getting sacked more than any quarterback in college football because he had the worst O-line in America. But somehow the conversation became more about his vibe and less about his game. You would think he had legal issues or something to fall out of the first round. But instead, we're talking about his attitude? If Shedeur Sanders wasn't Deion's son.
So what y'all think? What you think? You think he getting all this, correction because he's Deion's son? Do you think they're trying to punish him because he's Deion's son? You know what I'm saying? Or, all the attitude and, the disrespect that he given and this and that, they claim he's given, that, is that why they're doing what they're doing to him? I don't know. I don't know. But I got somebody else who talked about it too. Okay. So Ocho talked about it as well. Let's get in here. Okay. Shout out to Ocho. Okay. Here, this is what he said. Check this out.
Ocho, in all my years that I go back to really following the draft and understanding where players are getting drafted back in 87. In almost 40 years, I've never seen anything like this.
Yeah. I've never seen nothing like this myself. Obviously, I know I only played a short time, but I've been around long enough to know. Obviously, the 11, 12 years I did play, and all the time I've been retired and enjoying the game and watching it from afar and understanding how good players are, regardless of what scouts may say. The eye in the sky doesn't lie. I watched Shedeur play from high school to college at Jackson State to what he was able to do at Colorado. I want everybody to understand that you're never bigger than the program. You'll never be bigger than the program no matter who you are. And they will show you, they will always remind you at any given time, if at any point you think you are bigger than the program. And that is all we're seeing right now. Joe, that is all we're seeing right now, regardless of who you are. There's some things I think Prime might have said, I don't want to quote it, but where he said it similar to.
There's some places I don't want to go. We're not going to
go. What Archie Manning said when it came to Eli. Same thing. No different. Anyway, I got something today I really want to read. Chad, I want you to listen to me real quick. I'm not here to stir up. I'm happy for everybody that got drafted. I want you to listen to something that was sent to me on Instagram. Chad, y'all stay with me real quick and just listen to me very, very closely. What we are witnessing once again is the machinery of a system that has never quite known what to do with a free black man, much less in a free black family. The NFL, with all its pageantry and power, finds itself uncomfortable, even threatened, when the likes of the Sanders family walk into a room, not asking for a seat at the table, but daring to bring their own. Deion Sanders, this family has refused to shrink to fit the confines laid out for them. And so the machine does what it has always done. It seeks to diminish, to distort, to remind them and us that there is still a place for black folk, and it's not at the head of the table. But the tragedy, you see, is not in their refusals to bow, but is in the nation's fear of black excellence unchained. The fear that has always been the real danger, not the power of our stride, but the shadow we cast when we stand upright, unafraid, and unapologetically ourselves.
Yeah. I was talking to my sister. She said, "Well, you think Shador?" I said, "Libby, I'm gonna be honest with you. If he don't go in the second round, I think he might slide out of the third."
Unc, it's all a game. It's all a game.
Look, Ocho,
It's a game.
your draft story, my brother's draft story was a lot different than mine. My brother didn't have to wait long. First round, 7th pick, boom, he gone. On the plane to Green Bay, boom. Second round.
Hey, with red flags, with character issues, school to school, bounce from over and over. Why'd he go here? Why'd he go here? Bad. Still, second round. We taking a chance on him. There ain't no off the field issues with Shador.
Nope.
No issues, no nothing. Oh, he's arrogant. Oh, he's
good. Great.
I have a question. What was Johnny Manziel?
Cock. Oh, give you one better. Baker Mayfield.
What was Baker Mayfield? Okay, now, what I will say, when it comes to college and you watch film, that motherfucker, Johnny Manziel and Baker Mayfield, boy, they played what they were absolutely awesome.
Yes.
But again, you can't take away what Shador was able to do at a Denver, Colorado team that won one game. They come back the next year with Shador, win 4, and I'm not sure what the
4 or 5. I think they won 5, and then the next year I think they win 9.
Yeah.
I heard, what did I hear, Ocho? I heard someone says that his confidence doesn't match his game. So in other words, he does a lot of talking, and his game is not indicative of the type of bravado. What?
So the thing is that Shador is not, and I hope I'm saying his name right, he's not the only player that got stuff going on. He's not the only player that they deem arrogant. You know what I'm saying? But as a young black man, I don't think there's anything wrong with you having confidence in yourself. I don't see anything wrong with you having confidence within yourself. You understand what I'm saying? Because how can you, I guess either they're trying to humble him or, he just won't get drafted. Okay? So I feel bad for the young man, and I pray that somebody picks him so that this is his dream. You can tell this is his dream. He was cursing a little bit. They did a live with him. He was cursing a little bit. He was upset, and I understand that. But I think they're just trying to show that nobody is bigger than the organization, and that Prime said some few words allegedly that his son is not going to go here. His son is not going to, I'm not going to take this. And you know what I'm saying? But how many fathers talk like that? You know what I'm saying? Prime is still a father. He is still just a father. Yes, he's an amazing retired football player, but he's still a father. He want to make sure his son get in the right, in the right place. And I understand that. But did he block the chances of his son landing something in first round? Sometimes it's okay to keep your thoughts to yourself. You know what I'm saying? You ain't always got to let the devil know what you're doing. Sometimes it's okay to keep your thoughts to yourself. And then when the opportunity comes, then you be like, you know what? I don't want that one. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that one. Okay? Yes, 18. Confidence and arrogance are two different characteristics. You right about that. Okay? You right about that. But sometimes I'm going to share something with you. It's okay to be quiet. You know what I'm saying? When you're trying to make business moves, it's okay to just, you know what I'm saying? It's okay to, you know what I'm saying? When you out here on the YouTubian streets and a blessing is coming, it's okay to close your mouth. It's okay not to let everybody know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like when blessings come, it's all right to just, let me just be quiet. You know what I'm saying? Let me just wait until, you know what I'm saying? Until I actually got it in my hands. You know what I'm saying? A content creator that I follow, right? And he's not even big, but he went viral a couple of times, okay? They locked him in for a movie. They locked this brother in for a movie. And after he finished the movie, right, after he got his part in the movie, that's when he told us. And everybody was like, congratulations, my brother. Happy for you. You know what I'm saying? And I was in the chat like, my brother, go ahead with the damn thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy for you. And congratulations. This is the thing. You got to learn what to say when you're around certain people. You know what I'm saying? You got to watch what you say. And you got to learn you know what I'm saying? How can I say this because I'm saying it wrong? You just got to watch what you say around certain people. Be mindful of what you're doing. Okay? Because this baby from you talking too much, you might have walked this baby out of his blessing. And the people going to talk about it, they're going to say it was Prime fault. It was Prime fault because look what happened. He walked his son out of this. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so let's see what happened. And I pray that, he get what he want. The young man, I pray that everything work out for him because that's painful. That's painful. When you have never had any type of problems on the field, you know what I'm saying? You ain't never jump up in no grown person face. You know what I'm saying? And I think because they don't like him being cocky. And I don't think it's nothing wrong with being like that. You just believe in yourself. Long as you ain't jumping in the coach face and doing all that nonsense, there's nothing wrong with you believing in yourself. But I guess you know what? You got to be humble as well, right? You got to be humble as well, right? Okay. Anyway, so here's another thing too. Ugly Money comes in and he said this. Check out what Ugly Money said. Shout out to Ugly Money for always having amazing content. Here we go.
In the literal just happened in the 2025 NFL draft. Now, listen, I understand Cam Ward is a phenomenal talent. Okay, we'll give you that. But the Giants trading up 25th for Jackson Dart, down to Dylan Gabriel, the Oregon Ducks, drafted over Shador Sanders. Are we serious? Let's not mistake that this man was the most accurate quarterback in college football last year. Now, let's not forget the fact that this man is the Johnny Unitas Golden Arm recipient in college football last year. Let's not overlook the fact that he has transformed 2 different programs over his 4-year college degree. He's been a 4-year starter. This is not about football. This is about the fact that a black man has confidence, swagger, and the last name Sanders. Because if you put the football numbers up and you put the other quarterback's football numbers up, there is no comparison. It's the fact that you don't have to make Shador. It's the fact that he's his own man and he's his own brand. He understands his value and worth. And that intimidates people. And it's a lesson to be learned with life. The fact of the matter is that anytime you understand who you are as a person and you're not willing to accept less and you're not willing to let people play with you and you are confident in your abilities and your character and who you are, there are weak people that will be offended by that. Your confidence, your work ethic, your success will irritate their failures. It will irritate their narcissism. So I don't care where you go. Wherever you're going, I'm buying your jersey, but this ain't about football. This is about a young black brother that don't need nobody else to brand him, make him who he is as a man. Y'all hate the NFL. I'm about to start watching hockey. That ugly money.
Ugly Money is now accepting artist signups.
So, listen, Ugly Money said that, nah, they doing some hating. Ugly Money said they doing some hating because Shador is, he's confident. He believe in what he could do. And then other people saying that it's racism. Okay. Purge, I see you. How you doing? Soraya, I see you. So, I don't know. Y'all. We gonna see. I hope the young man have a backup plan. I hope he have a backup plan. Oh my God. Because sometimes when these boys play football, this is all they think about, that this is what's going to happen. And sometimes the NFL, break their heart. The NBA break their heart. You know what I'm saying? I hope he have a backup plan. He is a brand on his own, being a content creator. But I hope he have something else. Yeah. 18 said, I hope he get drafted. I hope he does too. Because at least he has the work ethic. He wants to do it. You know what I'm saying? But my heart goes out to their family and stuff like that. But I believe in the future, this will teach everybody to learn how to go like this. You know what I'm saying? Teach everybody to, close it down. Be quiet. You know what I'm saying? Be patient. Let's wait about it. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, let's get on to the foolery. This is the main event, y'all. Okay. Milwaukee judge Hannah Dugan was arrested for helping an illegal migrant escape from ICE agents. Okay. Alleged Pat Bondi. Pat is a problem. You hear me? Pat is a gangster. I have deemed her as a gangster. Pat is a gangster. Do you hear me? Oh my God. Pat ain't playing no game. She's like, go get that ass. Okay? Her and Patel is a problem. Okay? Shout out to Pat and shout out to Patel. Both of them is a problem. Okay? Now I want to share something with y'all. Now this is all alleged. But they said that the judge, after the hearing, right, she was supposed to she was supposed to have, ICE was supposed to take him away after the hearing, okay? But what she did, she asked the man, the illegal migrant, and his counsel to come to her office, okay? So if you know anything about the courthouse, right? If you know anything about the courthouse, the judge has a chamber, okay? And it's a secret door that leads outside, okay? So, but they still have to walk into the hallways of the courthouse, but it's a door that can lead you out, okay? That's for their safety, okay? She let them go out through there. And somehow the ICE agents was watching, or either they was outside or they came outside the courthouse. Maybe they was outside the courthouse and saw him. And so they locked him up. And then the judge got in trouble for letting them go out her chamber door to lead outside. And sometimes this stuff looks like, to me, it looked like treason. This is treason. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no other nation that, their judges wouldn't do that. The man was labeled, domestic violence. Okay. He hurt a couple people. Okay. And so, hey, Onika, how are you, baby? So, you let him go out the chamber door and this and that. And so he trying to get away, and shout out to ICE because they was able to capture him. And because you are the judge, you believe you are above the law. This is the same thing y'all be saying to Trump. You're not above the law. Y'all be saying, let me put some respect on his name, President Trump. This is the same thing y'all be saying. Trump is not above the law. Okay? Trump, just because he the president, he not above the law. That's what y'all be saying. Okay? But why would you let him go out your chamber door, your secret chamber door, to lead outside? Why would you do that when you know ICE was waiting for him? Okay? I have never seen all these American people work so hard to keep criminals in the country. I've never seen it. Where was y'all when Obama was deporting these people? Okay? Where was y'all when Clinton was deporting these people? Okay? Where were you? Okay? When ICE was in the courtroom, y'all just let them take these people. Where were you? Okay? But now we got to save the migrants now because Trump is evil. That's what y'all believe. That's what y'all believe. We got to save the migrants. Trump is evil. This is what you believe. Okay? This is what you believe. And so you have put your job on the line. You have put your job on the line for someone who was whooping on some people and he went to jail for domestic violence. He was whooping on some women and men, okay? And he went to jail for domestic violence. And this is what you put your career on the line for? You know Pat Bondi going, you know you're going to stay there, right? Pat Bondi going to make sure, okay? Pat is a gangster. She going to make sure, okay? She going to make sure. Now, she done already told y'all in the beginning when they had that, when Trump already said that, you know, he was taking her. She done already told y'all there's a new sheriff in town. Okay? She already told y'all. Then you got the ace in the hole. Then Patel is up there. Patel is a whole problem. Okay? Both of them together. And they done already told you there's new sheriffs in town. And so, no, we still going to do what we want to do. Why would you put your career on the line to save one person? Now listen, I don't agree. I don't agree. But this man was hurting people. And so, no, let him go out the secret chamber of my courtroom and so he can get away from the ICE agents. Now, allegedly, we gonna say allegedly, Lord, okay? We got to say allegedly, but I'll be damned, okay? I'll be damned, okay? I'll be damned. Now, the commercial coming first. We about to play it. If you like the content, please like and subscribe to the page. I got 56 people watching me. Why I only got 23 likes? Why y'all being mean today? Today is Saturday. Why y'all being nasty? There's 3 dots at the top of your screen if you are watching from your phone. Okay? There's 3 dots at the top. Hit those 3 dots and then you'll see the lineup. Okay? You hit that like button. Be nice. Okay? Donate to the channel. Okay? Donate to the channel. Okay? Donate to the channel if you like the content. URL, you listen. Now, what did you put? They let them do all kinds of treason, but prosecuting us with the full extent of the law. Now, wait a minute. Now, wait a minute. Now, wait a minute now. Now, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. John said, yes, good job, President Trump. Okay. All right now. Now, wait a minute. Now, wait a minute. Oh, my God. Okay. Now, wait a minute. Okay. Gibson, I see you. Thank you. All right now. Wait a minute. Okay. Now 18 said, Urel, don't come here. Don't come here telling the truth. That's right. Don't come. You know, YouTube don't play. You got to be careful what you put in there. Okay? You got to be careful what you put in there. Miss Newbie, I see you. Thank you. Okay? Said, I like your channel. Thank you. I'm a troublemaker. Let's continue with the foolery.
Joining me now, the nation's top prosecutor, U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi. It's been quite a busy day for you.
Very busy day.
Thank you. Week. And I'm actually getting statements in as our interview is beginning. I'll get to that for a second because I'm going to read it cold with you. But let's start, Pam, with Judge number 1, Hannah Dugan in Milwaukee. You arrested a sitting judge.
We did.
Why did you feel that was necessary?
She said you arrested a sitting judge. She said, yeah, we did. Pat is nasty. Pat is nasty. Here we go.
It was appalling to all of us what happened. I used to be a domestic violence prosecutor, and this case involved someone who was deported under President Obama, came back into our country, we don't know when, illegally, and he was living at a residence, and he beat up a man so bad.
Wait a minute. So he was deported under Obama, so he snuck back when Biden got in here, probably. So, okay, so he was deported under Obama, snuck back in here, probably under Biden, because that's when everything was open and stuff. Because not even under Trump, none was coming in here, okay? It was still a lockdown. So now he done got here and oh, wow. Let's continue. Here we go.
Go to the hospital, his roommate. He punched him with a closed fist in the face 30 times. The victim fell to the ground and he choked.
How you punch somebody 30 times in the face? How you punch somebody 30 times in the face? Uriel, I see you, baby. Thank you for the $5 super chat, honey. I appreciate you. How do you punch somebody 50? No, he said, I said 50. She said 30 times in the face. How do you heard that? Now, Steven, I know you heard that. They said he punched him 30 times in the face. Steven, did you hear that? Oh my God. Steven, did you hear it? 30 times in the face. Done punched this man 30 times in the face. Damn it. Oh my God. 18, did you see? 30 times in the face. Let's continue. Oh my God.
Then the girlfriend came in, tried to break it up. He punched a woman in the face with a closed fist so hard she fell to the ground. He hit her in the arm. Both of them had to go to the hospital. The fight's broken up. They're taken to the hospital, and he's threatening to do further harm to them later. So it's hard enough to get any victim of domestic violence to cooperate. We had 2 victims sitting in the courtroom that day.
So what did this judge do that led to ICE coming in to make this arrest?
So she's a sitting judge on a domestic violence case. He's the defendant, Ruiz, 2 victims and a prosecutor, a state prosecutor in the courtroom. It is routinely done when people are picked up on any kind of warrants that it's done outside a courtroom. It's been done in that courthouse. It's been done in a courthouse where I prosecuted 20 years ago. The reason? Because executing a warrant is one of the most dangerous things law enforcement officers can do. You never know what you're going to encounter behind that door, what kind of weapons, with any defendant. So the safest place to do it is if you know they're going to be in a courthouse because they've gone through security. You know a defendant is armed.
I'm going to share something with you. You know what they do too? They do it at the airport as well. They wait for you. They already know what flight you on and everything. Once you come, that plane done hit the gate. Okay? The plane has hit the gate. Okay? They right there. Once the plane has hit the gate, they get on the gate. Walk all the way to the plane. Okay? Like they just stand there, regular clothes, act like nothing is going on. And once they get you, boom, they slam you right against the gate door, and they take you out. They can take you out right through there, because that's, that side door. They can take you out right through there. Baby. Okay? So it's not just the courthouse. They get you at the airport too. Let's continue. Here we go.
Daytime situation, it's routinely done in courthouses, any kind of warrants. So the ICE team was there, DEA, FBI, ICE team. They're outside the courthouse, courtroom. They're in the courthouse. Okay. The judge finds out that they're there to arrest him. And the way he got on the radar, of course, is he got arrested. He beat up these people. So she knew they were there. They were outside. She comes outside the courtroom and is visibly angry, yelling, raising her voice to them. She directs them to go see the chief judge. So while they do that, she goes back in the courtroom, gets back on the bench while a prosecutor is sitting there with 2 victims of domestic violence and tells the defense attorney and the defendant, Ruiz, to come in the back with her. She takes them in the back in a private area. This is appalling. Through her chambers, lets them back out and leave. One of the DEA agents, I believe, sees them exiting and doesn't know what's going on. So she continues with her docket, finishes her docket. 2 victims sit in court all morning long, waiting. At the end, the prosecutor said, "What happened? Why didn't the case get called?" She removed it from the docket without telling anyone, had them go out a door to leave. Then ICE.
So, since y'all heard that, okay, do you think that a sitting judge is supposed to do that? Put a 1 in the chat if you think the judge was right. Put a 2 in the chat if you say hell to the no. Put a 1 in the chat if you think the judge was right. Put a 2 in the chat if you said hell nah. Okay? When you say 2, hell nah, that means Pat Bondi fry that ass. That's what it means. Let Pat fry that ass. Okay? Oh my goodness. Can you imagine? Okay? Marriage, sports, and politics. Now, I know I'm saying it wrong. How are you, sir? It's good to see you. Thank you for coming to rock with me, even if it's for just a little bit. Yes, honey. Yes, honey. Elizabeth said no. Onika said 2. Okay? Okay? R. Payne said 2. Jail, damn it. Okay? Gibson says totally wrong. Yes, honey. Angela says 2. Jackie says 2. Oh, now Lee said 11. Listen. Okay. Okay. Elizabeth said no, she broke the law and that's why she was arrested. Go ahead, Elizabeth. Now, Elizabeth, you're a troublemaker. Now, you right now. Get that ass in jail now. Get that ass in jail. How do you take them off the docket? Now, you know the judge can do that. They can take people off the docket, you know, when they want to. They have that right to do that. But you knew ICE was waiting for him. So you went out there and started arguing with the ICE agent, screaming at them, talking about go see the chief judge. Then you walk back in, you tell the defendant, okay, and his lawyer, and bring them to the back, and you let them escape out. Yes, you're supposed to go to jail. Okay? Euro says 2, okay? They do have the discretion. They do have the discretion, but was she supposed to let him go out through her secret chambers? She wasn't supposed to do that. Okay? She was not supposed to do that. And so Pat Bondi said, your ass going to jail. Pat Bondi said, your ass going to jail. Okay? Son of Moses, thank you, baby, for the $4.99 super chat. I appreciate you. Let's continue. Pat is a problem.
The ICE team, DEA, FBI, have to chase him down, which is what is so dangerous, outside the courthouse, by an intersection. Pedestrians could have been killed. He could have been hurt. They could have been hurt. They catch him, take him into custody. Those are the facts of the case.
All right. As you lay out the facts of the case, as you can imagine, people are now responding. Bear with me here. We just got this full statement from the lawyer representing Judge Hannah Dugan saying that she has committed herself to the rule of law and the principles of due process for her entire career as a lawyer and a judge. She has retained former United States Attorney Stephen Biskupik to represent her. Judge Dugan will defend herself vigorously and looks forward to being exonerated. Okay, quick reaction to that, but what I really want to get to is
exonerated how? How you said she looks forward to being exonerated how? How? I'm going to share something with you, okay? I ain't never heard no judge let you go out on the side of their chambers and go out that secret door and escape out the building. I've never heard that. Never heard that, not one time, that a judge will let you go out through their chambers, okay, and go out the secret door and go downstairs. I never heard no shit like that. Nobody could tell me. Now, have you heard that before? Anybody put it in the chat. Have you heard that before? I never heard no shit like that. And mind you, I worked in the courthouse when I was young. Okay, I worked in the courthouse when I was young under Judge Bagelin. And Judge Bagelin, am I saying his name right? Under Judge Bagelin when I lived in Elizabeth when I was a teenager. I worked under him. My 11th and 12th grade, I worked under him. Work study. Okay? He was the first person that ever told me when I came for the job interview, I had on jeans and a hoodie. He said to me, young lady, do you have church clothes? I said, yes. He said, so why you came to me in a hoodie and some jeans? I said, because I just came from school. And the guidance counselor told me I was supposed to come see you today. He said, okay. But when you come see me, your hair need to be done. I said, my hair is done. He said, yeah, but you got a hoodie on and you got jeans on and sneakers. That's not how you dress. He said, tomorrow I want to see you around, I think I got out like 11 or 12 o'clock. I want to see you in a dress and your hair done. I said, okay. Next day I was there. I was clean. He looked at me, he smiled, he put his glasses down. Okay. So I was a gopher in Union County Courthouse when I was young. I was a gopher. Go for this, go for that, and everything like that. And I got paid too. The school paid me. Okay. So I was a gopher. Okay. So I was the one that used to go into the basements and stuff in the basement and get the files and stuff and bring them upstairs. Yeah. Okay. That's what I did when I was young. And I loved that job. I did. I liked it. I worked with some nice ladies when I was younger. So I know that they don't let you go out the side door and get outside. So Judge, you did some nonsense. So you did some nonsense, Judge. You did some nonsense. Now that sounds like treason to me. That sounds like treason. I don't know no nation of, anybody from a different nation that the judge would do that. I don't know no judge that would do that. You would jeopardize your seat. You would jeopardize your seat. Let's continue. Here we go.
Also, the governor is speaking out as well as a Democratic Congresswoman, Gwen Moore, because you can imagine the other side of politics responding to this. But first, your response to the attorney representing Dugan.
Well, everyone is entitled to their day in court.
That's right.
Judges, criminal defendants, victims, and those victims were entitled to their day in court.
All right,
they
now.
didn't get it because she let a criminal defendant walk out a door. She helped him. She obstructed justice. And that's what she's charged with.
Okay, this statement now coming from Democratic Congresswoman Gwen Moore, who represents Milwaukee. As you know, she said of Judge Dugan's arrest that the administration's willingness to weaponize federal law enforcement is shocking and that she is alarmed at the increasingly lawless actions of the Trump administration.
Well,
know what I want? And I'm a former Democrat, but you know what I want? I want some of y'all to shut up. I want a lot of, not some of y'all, I want a lot of y'all to shut up. Yeah. I want a lot of y'all to shut up because how dare y'all go down to that prison, okay, where that father at that they said that was illegally detained, right? And then when they had the wife up there speaking about claiming that she missed her husband, right? And they asked her, she just got quiet. You want to know why? Because that husband was whooping on that ass. That's why. That's why she got quiet. When they had did the interview with that woman about her husband, they detained her husband, okay? He been whooping on that behind. And so that's why she couldn't answer the question if she missed him or not, okay? That's why she couldn't answer that question. But y'all Dems are pushing the issue and you don't know how happy this woman is that this man is in prison. Y'all don't even know. Nobody can read the signs how happy this woman is that her husband is in prison because he been whooping on her behind. Okay? He done been locked up for domestic violence. This is another situation. I'm tired of y'all Dems. Y'all done flew down here, used taxpayer money to fly down there to go see a criminal. Okay? But in your own state, y'all can't do the right thing. I want y'all to be quiet. I want y'all to be quiet because listen, there's a new sheriff in town. There's a new sheriff in town. And I know y'all don't like President Trump. That's your business. That's your business. You don't like him. That's not my business. That's not my business. That's your business. You don't like him. So now y'all done got down there talking about, oh no, you know, this is against Trump. It's not supposed to do. If you do some nonsense like this, your ass supposed to be locked up. Now let's continue. Here we go.
Important. I hope she reaches out to the victims of domestic violence who were in that courtroom that day.
That's
and
right.
the state prosecutor who sat there all day long in Milwaukee or all morning waiting on this case to be heard.
What do you say to critics who warn that you're attempting to intimidate the courts?
You know what we're doing? We're attempting to protect victims. We're attempting to protect citizens, make America safe again. That's what we're doing.
That's right.
And if you commit a crime in this country, you're going to be held accountable. It doesn't matter. We're going to prosecute you. No one is above the law, not even a judge. We've seen that in Milwaukee and we've seen it in New Mexico.
Got it. Judge number 2, Joel Cano, former
New Mexico.
Yes, exactly, and his wife. You arrested them because you say they were harboring a Tren de Aragua gang member. What evidence do you have?
So here's what happened here. ICE had a tip. He came into our country. I have the dates here. December 2023 through Eagle Pass, Texas. They got a tip that multiple illegal TDA members were living at this residence. They learn it's a judge's residence. You can't make this up. They really, they probably couldn't believe it. So he's picked up on a tip from someone at the residence. And then another judge, a judge named Damian Martinez, says, well, I know Judge Cano. He has a really good BS meter. So I don't think he would let just anyone live with him. So the judge releases this guy. Now I'm going to tell you the facts of the case in a minute, why ICE wanted to arrest him. So that's not acceptable, of course. So he's back out. So what they found out, then he was arrested and charged. He had 4 phones. He had 2 Facebook accounts. He had been to a shooting range. This is an illegal TDA member, and I'll tell you why we know he's a TDA member in a minute. A shooting range with an AR-15 with a suppressor because he had filmed himself there with multiple other known gang members. They had tattoos in Spanish saying "True Death." He had a necklace on.
Do you think Pat Bondi is lying? Put it in the chat. Let's find out. Do you think what Pat's saying right now, do you think Pat is lying? Let's put it in the chat. Because I know she ain't lying. Okay, y'all, I don't even have to wait for y'all. I already know she ain't lying. Okay? Y'all is crashing out. Can you imagine? Y'all is crashing out over here. Okay? Now, I'm going to share something with you. Let you go to a nation and you illegally been in this nation. Okay? Ain't nobody going to help you get away with nothing. They going to report you and you going to get deported. Okay? This is nonsense. Shout out to Pat Bondi. Shout out to Pat, damn it. Let's continue. Here we go.
He had all the TDA insignia. You can go online and look at all of that. On his phone, he also had, one of the tattoos was an AK-47, and he talked about it, posting on it, saying it was the TDA train, that tattoo. He joked about a $5,000 reward that was out there to arrest TDA members. And not only that, on his phone, I've seen the pictures, he had 2 horrific pictures of decapitated victims. 2 victims murdered, decapitated, their hands cut off, their heads cut off. That's what TDA members do.
Is he facing other charges?
He will be. He has. This just happened. So what happened was, so he gets arrested, and then they learn, based on the evidence, based on the phones, based on the Facebook accounts, the wife, Nancy Cano, law enforcement believes she facilitated destroying evidence. They have recordings of her talking about he had to get rid of the phones. He needed to get rid of them because they could incriminate him.
So you're saying a former judge of New Mexico knew that he had Venezuelan gang members living and working for him. That's what you're saying.
Well, what we know, that was the judge's wife. So the judge, Joel Cano, what happened with him is post Miranda, he admitted that he took one of the defendant's phones and took a hammer himself, destroyed the phone with a hammer, then took the parts of the phone, carried it away to a city dumpster to dispose of it so an illegal alien would not be caught.
Do you know what eating a
Now, our Payne said right here, the judge was on the payroll. Our Payne, listen, I believe you. I believe you. The judge was on a payroll. Yes, honey, she was on the payroll. I believe you. Okay. Thank you to everybody that so far had donated to the channel. I appreciate you. Now, I got 64 people in here, but I only got 39 likes. Y'all can't be nice to me. Today's Saturday. You know what I'm saying? Be nice a little bit. I mean, I'm just saying. Be nice. Be nice. Okay? Urel gave me another $5 super chat. It's even worse in Cali. They have the numbers and politicians. I hope I'm saying that. Okay? And enforcements are gang members low key. Ooh, that's nasty. Urel, that's nasty. Urel, you gotta stop putting the truth in the chat. Girl. I'm telling you right now, you got to stop putting the truth in the chat. We gonna get in trouble. Okay? YouTube will block me. Okay? Oh my God. It's even worse in Cali. They have the numbers and the politicians, enforcements, okay, are gang members low key. That's nasty. Oh my God. Oh my God. That's nasty. Here we go. Here we go. Here's the next.
Of it, so an illegal alien would not be caught.
Why would this seems very hard to believe that a former judge would be harboring people like this.
I agree. And to clarify,
did he say anything when he was arrested? Did his wife Nancy say anything when they were arrested? What did they say?
Well, post Miranda, he said that about destroying the phone. I'm not sure about her statements post Miranda, but also he's a former judge because he resigned after all this happened.
Okay.
He was a sitting judge while all of this was going on.
Are you concerned that
he was a sitting judge? Y'all crashing out. Y'all crashing out. So there's a lot of stuff that us average Joe people don't know. Okay? Y'all crashing out. Okay? Y'all crashing out. Oh my God. Let's continue. Here we go.
Looks like you're just going after judges. I mean, Trump is very blunt about his beef with judges. You know, it's no secret.
Yeah.
Dr.
Well,
Phil, how are
I
you?
think I laid the facts out pretty clear about these two judges, what we're doing.
Red,
this last
I
guy
see
we
you.
just talked about again, I have these pictures right here. Victims that were mutilated, it appears by a machete, their hands cut off, their heads cut off, two separate victims on his phone, and he's sharing this information with other known TDA members. Those are the people that have to be arrested and taken out of our country. Doesn't matter who you are. No one can harbor them, not even a judge. We do believe in the rule of law.
Listen. I'm not listening to Pat Bondi no more. Trump is the problem. Okay? President Trump is the problem. Okay? He's the problem. Okay? Trump is the problem, damn it. Okay? That's the Trump the problem. Okay? I don't care what none of y'all say in the chat. Trump is the problem. Okay? No. No. Trump is the problem. You wanna know why? Because Trump is tired. President Trump tired of y'all shit. Okay? He tired of y'all shit. Trump is the problem, damn it. Okay? Yes, I said it. Okay? Trump is the problem. He tired of y'all shit. Okay? And so now y'all got to get in here and be like, oh, he just going after the judges. He just going after the judges. I ain't know y'all judges was wilding out like this. This is crazy. This is crazy. You had this man in your home. He was staying with you and your wife and everything. You were harboring him. This is treason. I got everybody, you getting treason. Everybody got, listen, treason, damn it. Yes, I said it. Okay? Treason. Okay? Trump is a problem in here. Okay? Trump is a problem in here. Okay? I'm letting you know right now, Trump is a problem. Shout out to President Trump, damn it. Shout out to President Trump. Here we go. Oh my
Judges
God.
above the law.
What could be next? You're going after judges? Are we talking about mayors, governors? How far could this go?
Well, I would pray that a governor and a mayor, I would pray that no one else is having illegal gang members living in their house who have assault rifles. Oh, let me go back to the judge. He had given this gang member, I guess his daughter had a lot of firearms. He's the one that gave them, he and his wife, these firearms, assault rifles, AR-15s, AK-47s, to go to a shooting range. One of them had a suppressor to shoot these guns. So anyone who does that is going to be charged.
So obviously we're going to follow these cases, but Pam, are you concerned this is going to spook fugitives? I mean, that they're not going to show up to court now and face charges? That they're going to know you're coming after them, that they're going to know that ICE is going to be chasing them down. You know they're going to show up at court but now they're not going to because they're seeing what's happening. Does that concern you that you will have even a harder time tracking down those that are guilty of a crime?
You know what concerns me about not showing up for court are victims of domestic violence, who those two victims were brave enough to come forward after going to the hospital and sit in the courtroom and face the person who was charged with doing this to them, and he was let out a back door. That has a chilling effect on all victims around the country, that a judge who is supposed to be impartial, unbiased, protected a criminal, you can't make this up, protected a criminal defendant in a court of law during the day. That's what actually terrifies me for victims of crime.
Look, it terrifies all of us as journalists when we interview victims of crimes, but even more so, you want to see the bad guys put away. So if the bad guy is realizing, okay, there's no way I'm showing up in court because ICE is coming after me, Trump has made it clear, the Attorney General has no mercy for me, I'm fleeing, I'm out of here. Isn't that going to make your job more difficult, especially Homan's, Border Czar Tom Homan and his job?
It's very rare that illegal alien TDA members and MS-13 members show up for court. This guy was an illegal alien from Mexico, by the way. He was from Mexico.
Let me get back to the former judge from New Mexico. And in the court documents, we were reading that this one, you say, member of Tren de Aragua was living there and working for him. You send a very strong message going after a judge, but does this mean that anyone who is found to be employing an illegal or undocumented immigrant, you're coming after them no matter what?
This isn't an undocumented immigrant. This is an illegal alien who is a gang member. I think Tom Homan has made it.
And I think that's what makes, how the way they word it. You hear how the news wording, they're trying to word this situation. That's what even make people believe that, oh no, this just was a person who was trying to work. They were trying to feed their family or something like that. This was someone who was an affiliate, he, how can I say this? Gang affiliated, okay? This was another person who had domestic violence charges. How do you go and just bash somebody face in? You hit them 30 times and then hit the girlfriend and knock her out. So that means you got fist of steel. Like you done already punched this one guy 30 times in his face, and then you done hit the wife so hard that she hit the floor. What kind of nonsense? And so we supposed to harbor people like that in here. Okay? Let's harbor people like that in here. Let's continue.
So clear. Top priority to get these murderers, criminals, TDA, one of their top business models, human trafficking, drugs. Tomorrow's drug take-back day. And we're sitting here, worried about a TDA member who has pictures of decapitated people on his phone. Violent. These people are so violent. Human trafficking is risen as one of the worst crimes in our country. That's what we're worried about, getting these people out of our country. getting them in prison where they belong. You're not going to abuse a woman. You're not going to abuse a child. You're not going to murder someone, and we're going to let you walk the streets. It doesn't matter. I would hope a mayor, I would hope a governor
That's right,
would never
Pat.
harbor
That's right,
anyone.
Pat.
It's not safe for their families.
Oh my
Nor
God.
send someone who they knew was here illegally out to shoot an AK-47 or an AR-15 with a suppressor on it. Frightens me, scares me for our country.
Attorney General Pam Bondi, thank you for your time.
Pat is a problem. Put a 1 in the chat if you believe Pat is a problem. Put a 1 in the chat if you believe Pat is a problem. Baby, Pat is a problem, honey. Pat is a problem. Ain't nobody gonna tell me Pat is a problem. Do you hear me? Pat is a problem. I don't want to hear nothing. Pat is a problem, baby. I don't want to hear nothing. Pat is a whole problem, honey. Oh my God. I can't right now. Pat is a problem, okay? Oh my God. I can't. Pat is a whole problem. Oh my God. Pat is a problem. Now, this right here is for Urel. Urel, thank you so much for 2 super chats, baby. I appreciate you so much. Here we go, Urel. Here we go. That's nasty. That's what I used to do. That's nasty, right?
It was payment for pleasure.
Oh, that's nasty. Oh my goodness.
With every measure, baby. Taste the teardrop stains, yeah. I was gone long ago. Baby.
Oh my God.
I wasn't there, very nice to know. Sugar.
That's nasty. That's nasty.
Turn on my
Oh my God. Tell it. Oh. That's nasty. That's nasty. Okay. Now, Urel, that's for you, baby. Thank you so much for the 2 super chats, honey. Okay. I appreciate you. Okay. Now, Elizabeth, I see you, Elizabeth, for the $10 super chat, baby. Thank you. Okay. All right. Now, listen, this right here is for Son of Moses. Okay. Son of Moses, I got you, baby. Here we go. Baby. One more time. Hold on. Son of Moses, thank you, baby, for the $5 super chat. It's all about you. Thank you so much, Son of Moses. Now listen, Urel, I gotta come back to you. Okay, I got to come back to you. Okay. And this is what I come back right here, Urel. Here we go. You will know. So, Urel, thank you so much. I appreciate you, Son of Moses. I appreciate you too. And now, Elizabeth, baby, $10 super chat, baby. $10 super chat, my dear. Okay? I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you. Okay? And listen, this is for you. Okay? This is for you. A little spiritual. Okay? It's a little hard. Okay? Little spiritual. We're gonna hit a little spiritual. Okay? It's a little deep. We're gonna hit a little spiritual, just a little. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
I don't know how
Nasty.
God's gonna do it.
Right now, wait a minute.
I don't know when it's gonna fix it.
Say it now.
Well, I only know, He's gonna make a way for me.
Elizabeth. Thank you, baby. Yes, honey.
I know He's gonna fix it.
What she say? He gonna fix it.
I know He's gonna.
Lost, I see you in my chat. How are you?
Yes, Lord. I know that you fix it.
Go ahead. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
I know He's gonna do it.
Oh my God.
'Cause I got victory.
That's nasty.
Yeah, He never told me, yes, Lord, how it's gonna do it.
Okay.
She said,
one more time. One more time. One more time, Elizabeth. One more time.
God's gonna do it.
Oh, that's nasty.
I don't know
Oh my God.
when He's gonna fix it.
I don't know when.
Well,
I don't know when.
I only know, He's gonna make
a way for me.
I know He's gonna, He's gonna do it.
That's you, Elizabeth. That's you, baby.
I know He's gonna fix it. Yeah. I know He's gonna do it.
Ooh, that's nasty. That's nasty.
I know that you fix it. I know He's gonna do it. 'Cause I've got victory.
Oh my God. Yes, honey.
Yeah, He never told me, yes, Lord, how it's gonna do it.
Ooh,
she said,
that's nasty. Now, thank you everybody for donating to the channel this morning. I greatly appreciate you. Thank you so much for taking the time to rock out with me. Okay. Elizabeth said, believe in Him and His blessings and miracles. What you say, Elizabeth? What you say, Elizabeth? Believe in Him and His miracles. Wait a minute. Let me say that one more time. Believe in Him and His blessings and miracles. Elizabeth, now I done told you about telling the truth in the chat. Elizabeth, you not new. You not new, Elizabeth. You're not new to the chat. Now I done told you about telling the truth now. Okay. Urel said, amen. That's right. That's right. Okay. Law said, good morning. Take heed. Hope all is well. I'm just causing some trouble. That's all. Everything is well. I'm just causing a little trouble. Okay. Now, Jackie, how are you? So listen, I gotta go. Yeah, I gotta go. I gotta go. You know, I told y'all we not gonna be doing these 2-hour things no more. Only an hour and a half and stuff like that. Okay. Because I don't want y'all to get bored with the content. You know, sometimes I get people in the chat and they get distracted. So I don't want to make it boring. Okay. I don't want to make it boring. Now, if you want us to continue, put a 1 in the chat. Okay. If you want us to not continue, we close it out right now. Okay. Let me know. Put a 1 in the chat if you want us to continue. Put a 2 in the chat. If you say take heed, go lay down. Okay. All right. Wait a minute. Y'all all putting a 1 in there. Urel said, you know I'm gonna put a 1. Oh my God. All right. So we just gonna go just for a little further, okay? Guys, please like and subscribe to the channel if you feel the content. Donate to the channel as well if you feel the content, okay? So now let's see what we got next because there's a lot of foolery going on, okay? There's a lot of foolery going on in these YouTubian streets, okay? I want you to hear what this young woman said. And she got some gems to drop, okay? And now we're going into the relationship part a little bit, okay? So we're finished with the current events and we're going into the relationship part a little bit because, you know, that's what my channel is actually about teaching you how to grow in your marriage, teaching you how to understand that you and your husband are one. Okay. And then I get in here and at times I may curse you out if you do some foolery. Okay. All right. Okay. Now Yorel gave her $2 for the hustle. Thank you, baby. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, honey. So check out what this young woman said right here. Here we go.
I had to come to the back just to make this video. I know that a lot of y'all women are saying, oh, men are picking up microphones and being chatty patties, keep chatting about women. No, men are now being vocal with how silly and crass women can be. Yeah, y'all are mad that men have brains and move with logics and that they're putting the truth out. So you're mad. So you call him in, oh, he chatty patty, oh, he's sassy. Baby, if you a lady of the night, you a 304, you're uncooperative, you live in an alternate delusional world, please shut up. Please shut up. Please shut up. Please shut up. I just wish y'all women could just be on your own little island and be lesbians and just bump coochies together. And leave the women that really do love men and need men alone. Just be by yourself on your island.
Okay, I didn't hear the last. I didn't know she said that at the end. She said y'all should be on an island bumping with JJs together and live in happiness on the island. She talking about the women who get in here and say that the men are chatty Cathys and that the men are sassy and, you know, saying all these mean things about men, you know. She said the problem is that men are just being vocal. See, the days of old is gone where men just sit down, be quiet, and they let you do what you want to do. The days of old is gone. And so only time you should have, if she's saying, if you have a problem with men speaking against 304s, you know what I'm saying? You have a problem with men speaking against women who don't understand the assignment and can't follow directions properly and want to be out here doing nonsense. You know what I'm saying? If you have a problem with men giving corrections, okay, just say that. Just go be on an island with all these other women and y'all just bump but JJs, okay? That's what she said. Y'all just bump but JJs, okay? That's what she said, okay? Now I see you done time somebody out, 18. What happened now? Okay? What happened, 18? Why you time somebody out? What happened? Okay? Oh my God. Yeah. All right. I see. Why somebody asks why everybody always asks, am I Muslim? Even though I don't take offense to that, but I'm not Muslim, I'm Christian. Okay? I'm Christian. I don't take offense to that when people call me Muslim. I'll see, you know, I'll take offense to that. But I'm Christian. I have no problem. You know, I know that Yeshua died on the cross for my sins. I'm not, you know, I don't dislike another religion. Okay. I'm not going to get in here and say that. Okay. But I'm Christian. I don't know how you can't tell though. Most people can usually tell, but it's okay. So anyway, she's saying that she's tired of women, okay, getting in here calling our brothers chatty Cathys, tired of them, you know, your mansplaining, because a lot of y'all get in here and say, your mansplaining, okay? When a man say, this is what I require, this is what I need you to do. A lot of us not ready for that correction. A lot of us grew up just with mama in the household. And mama had a piece of a man. You know what I'm saying? Most of our mamas, they had a piece of a man. And more than likely it was a Pookie and Rere. Most of our mamas, because you know your mama dictated to her boyfriend what she was gonna do and what she ain't gonna do. You know what I'm saying? That's how mama was. And so most of us grew up like that. I know Take Heed did. Because when my mama did have a man of substance, once she found out she had a man of substance, she was like, oh no, you got to go. You got to go because I want to do what I want to do. And you ain't going to be telling me what I want, what I'm supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? So my mama only played wife just for a few years. And then legally on paper, she's been married like 30 something years. But legally on paper, 30 something years, but being in the household a few years. Okay. Because once a hyena, okay, shout out to Crimson Cure. Once a hyena knows that she is with a man that is going to correct her, with a man that is going to put her in a mindset of correction, she's ready to fight off all that. You hear me? You hear me? She's ready to fight off all that because I don't need correction. You ain't my daddy. You ain't going to tell me what to do. And I'm going to do what I want to do. Why is Take Heed saying that? Because Take Heed did that nonsense. Why is Take Heed saying that? Because Take Heed did that nonsense too. Yes, honey. Yes, I did it too. You ain't my daddy. You ain't going to tell me what to do. Okay? You ain't going to tell me what to do. I'm not just going to do what you want me to do. Okay? Take Heed did the same thing. I'm not here judging nobody. I'm judging. I gotta stop saying I ain't judging nobody. I'm lying. Okay. Yes, Take Heed did the same thing. But the thing is that my king was ready for this type of war. You know, this warfare, he was ready. Because if he wasn't ready, we would not have been married 18 years. Okay. We would not be married 18 years. Because I know me. Like if he let me just run the show, it wouldn't have happened the way we would. It wouldn't be, you know what I'm saying? I just want to put that out there. I just want to let you know. If he had let me run the show and let me do whatever I wanted to do, it wouldn't be 18 years. It would not be 18 years. Okay. I just want to put that out there. Okay. Now, when she said this, she right. So when you take offense to stuff like this, it's because you're in that category. When you get in here and say, oh, he's mansplaining, when you get in here and say, oh, he's sassy, it's because you taking offense to what the brother is saying. It bothers you. You understand? That's why. This is where you get that from. When you get in here and say, oh, no, he's mansplaining. When you get in here and call our brothers sassy. Now, don't get me wrong. There's some content creators that they wild out, but there's some that are ready to teach. There are some that are ready to do corrections, but there are some that wild out too. Okay? Don't get it twisted. Some of them are just here for show, you know, where I'm just here to throw on the show. And there's no correction being made, okay? There's no correction being made. I'm just here for the showtime, okay? Now, let me see what else I got. I want to share this with you also. And I'm going to let y'all go after this one. Officer Tatum had dropped this. Shout out to Officer Tatum. Now, you know, I don't agree with everything Tatum say, but when he dropped this was amazing. Check this out.
All the roaches. You dirty bastards.
I discovered something that roaches only start running when you turn the lights on. As long as the lights are out, they gonna be comfortable eating your cereal. Y'all ain't saying nothing, climbing in your cupboard. But when you turn the light on, all of the roaches gotta start moving. I came to give a warning. Elon Musk, the light is getting ready to come on. Donald Trump, the light is getting ready to come on. J.D. Vance, the light is getting ready to come on. MAGA, the light is getting ready to come on. Welcome, because the roaches will check in, but they won't check out. The lights are coming on.
Now, instead of him using his time, effort, and energy to project stupidity instead of preaching the gospel of Jesus Christ. He should be spending his time to make his roach analogy about the devil or about gay marriage, all this other crazy stuff. That, maybe he should make a roach analogy about his dirty secrets, because he was roaching it up with all these women. He roaching it up on the side. And this is just people you know about. I guarantee you Jamal Brown was sleeping with all kinds of women that he didn't get pregnant. But he was roaching it up till they turned the lights on and found out he was cheating because of a woman pregnant with his kid in the church. Now he don't like his second and third marriage. What, bro? What, you the roach? If you ask me, you guys are the one getting exposed. We're turning the lights on to the LGBTQ stuff that y'all pushing, the trans stuff that y'all pushing, the anti-American stuff that y'all pushing, the racism that y'all stand by. Y'all are the roaches. You dirty pastors.
Now, Tatum is right about that, because he turned around calling Elon Musk, he calling President Trump, he calling JD, calling them roaches, talking about the light is going to be out on y'all. The light is coming on y'all. Okay. And this is the thing. Y'all keep bothering Elon Musk, and this is sad. Elon Musk, his job only lasts for 120 days. The way that they put him in here, his job only lasts for 120 days. Calm down. When he leave, it's not going to be because, the Dems got their way. It's not. His job only lasts 120 days. So y'all won't see him, you know what I'm saying, unless he just came to visit President Trump. But other than that, his job is done in 120 days. That's why they was working on it right once Trump got in there, President Trump got in there. That's why they was working so hard, because he only got 120 days to be there, and then the job is done. Okay, so it ain't gonna be, we gonna get rid of Elon and this and that. That's why nope. His job only lasts 120 days. Y'all check the books. It only lasts 120 days. Okay. So now also, when you hear Jamal Bryant talk about that, MAGA is roaches and this and that and all this other stuff, I don't understand how you calling somebody roaches when you was doing the most and you still on the pulpit. I don't know how that can be explained. I don't know. You know what? When Yahweh cracks the sky, a lot of y'all pastors gonna be in trouble. A lot of y'all pastors gonna be in trouble, because a lot of the stuff that y'all doing, you supposed to come off that pulpit, but you just continue to do the foolery, and don't nobody check y'all on, especially the black churches. Okay. The Caucasian churches got some foolery too, but the black churches, y'all do the most. Y'all bring that worldly music into the church. Y'all dancing and praise dancing to worldly music. Y'all do the most. And this is what always catch the black community. Judge ye not, and ye shall not be judged, and who is without sin, cast the first stone. This what really gets the black community, but the problem that we always forget is that Yahweh said we can judge, but we have to judge righteously. So if pastor is sleeping with Sister Sally, Lisa, and Sister Latasha, you supposed to call pastor on that foolery. Pastor, how you married, sleeping with Sister Lisa, Tasha, and whoever else? How you married and you doing that? How you got all these women pregnant in the church and you married? See, when Christians start standing up and speaking against this foolery, these pastors will stop doing this nonsense. But then when y'all get up there and just read the Bible, and y'all get in there, regurgitate the Bible and say, judge ye not, and ye shall not be judged. Everybody forgets the part when Yahweh said we can judge, but righteously. And Officer Tatum is right. He is right. Yes, he is, Elizabeth. You right about that. He's right. How you going to say this is how you know that something is not right when it comes to President Trump? Because everything that this man has been trying to do, they have been pushing against it. So you telling me that Biden was perfect. He did everything right. when he let all these illegal migrants come in here and just get EBT cars falling from heaven, and they ain't paying no mortgage, they ain't paying no rent for 2 years until they get settled. The government helped them with all that. Why American people were starving and homeless. So what he did, that made sense to hurt us. And so Trump got in there and said, nah, we shutting all this down. Y'all gotta go. Okay? Y'all gotta go. The thing is that illegal migrants, if you are here doing nonsense, they should deport you. They should deport you. If you are here doing nonsense, they should deport you. But if you are here, you want to make a better life and you want to go file your paperwork so that you can legally be here, then I'm all for it. I'm all for it. But not on the backs of Americans where our tax-paying money, our money go to y'all and EBT cars fall from heaven. It's bad enough Americans already have a problem wanting to give money to Americans that can work, okay? Because you know, some of these people that's on assistance, some of y'all could work, okay? Some of y'all could work. But the ones who can't work, I understand, okay? The ones who are hurt, I understand. But damn, y'all doing too much. Once again, shout out to President Trump. I said it. I don't care if you mad. I don't care if you mad. I said it. Shout out to President Trump. And you know what? One day, when judgment get passed on a lot of y'all pastors, you going to wish that you did the right thing. Because nobody speaks the true word of God anymore. They get up here and say whatever they want to say. And first of all, let me share something with you. Take heed, is far from perfect. I got sin all the way around the corner, double time, okay? Take heed, is far from perfect. But when you are leading a flock, okay? You are leading a flock, you're supposed to do better. Okay? You're supposed to do better. Now, Soraya says, you sound Muslim because you have respect for men, the way Muslim women do. Oh, okay. Okay, so you thought I was Muslim. I'm not, baby. I'm not. You know why I have respect for men? I ain't always had respect for men. In my 20s, when I was younger, I couldn't keep a man. I couldn't keep a man in my 20s. Okay. Now I can catch him. Okay. I can catch a man in my 20s. That big butt and a smile will fool you. Okay. I could catch a man in my 20s, but I couldn't keep him. Okay. So in my 20s, wait a minute, Stephen, what you say? What happened, Stephen? So in my 20s, I couldn't keep a man. Okay. And so I asked myself, what's the problem? Okay. Sometimes you got to talk to yourself. I had asked myself, what was the problem? What was I doing wrong? Okay. Because I couldn't keep them. I can get them, but couldn't keep them. Okay. So now when I started learning myself that I couldn't keep a man, right? And I wanted to change. Okay. Sometimes you get that revelation when you're young. Sometimes women get that revelation when they're older. Okay. And I pity the women who get this revelation when they're older, because more than likely you have missed this man 4 times. Okay. So now I got the revelation when I was in my 20s. So now at the same time, this is when I ran into my king. You understand? Thank you to everybody who donated to the channel so far. I greatly appreciate it. So I ran into my king in my 20s. Okay. So what I'm trying to tell you is that I ran into my teacher. I didn't always respect men. No, I didn't. I ran into my teacher. And so when I ran into my teacher demanded respect. So I couldn't do nonsense to my king, and I was just dating him. Okay. So the stuff that if I tried to do some foolery to him, he would correct me. Now, mind you, my king is a humble man. He's very nice. He's so kind. He's very sweet, everything. You know what I'm saying? He's a laid back type of man. Just laid back. I'm going to go upstairs and aggravate him in a few minutes. He's just a very relaxed type of man. You know what I'm saying? Very calm. He's caring. He got a big heart. Just the nicest man you ever want to meet. Until he pull the glasses down like this. You know, he puts his glasses down. He look at you. Then, you know, his whole demeanor change. That means there's a correction coming and there's a long lecture behind it. Okay. So now when I was younger, okay, I used to battle with this man because I didn't like the lecture. I didn't like him talking to me like that. And I used to tell him, you ain't my daddy. You ain't going to be just telling me what to do. And he would tell me, I'm not your daddy. I'm not your daddy. I'm not your daddy. If I was your daddy, you would have more respect. Okay. So now we'd go back and forth and this and that. But my king would come with samurai swords. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. My king would come with samurai swords, like in the fake battle, okay? And I got, you know, karate chopping shit, okay? And it wasn't working. It wasn't working because he would win. He would win the battle because the same stuff that I would be saying to him, okay? He would turn around and say it back to me, and it didn't feel good. It didn't feel good. I ain't like it. So my king said to me, you don't like it, right? I said, no. He said, okay, so you stop talking to me like you crazy, okay? Learn how to respect when you respect the tone. Okay. Watch how you talk to me. And so I think when a man, and he doesn't have to scream or get crazy or, go off. But when a man calmly lets you know, like, listen, like he give you that voice that'll scare the shit out you. Like he'll be like, now listen. Sometimes, you ever hear a man, he just whisper till you scare the shit out you. So when he told me, like, you're going to watch how you talk to me. You know what I'm saying? You're going to watch how you talk to me. And that'll scare the shit out you. Like, something might be wrong with this brother. You know what I'm saying? And so when he used to do that to me when we were dating, and I was like, oh my God, But mind you, he didn't know who I really was till after 6 months. Because my representative, everybody got that representative, okay? Everybody got that representative. So my representative stayed in the forefront for like 6 months. And then we had a heated argument, right? And so my representative was like, I can unleash you because I see you ready to, argue this out. So, and he already loved you. So let me just let you reveal yourself. So while we were arguing, he saw the real me. And he was like, oh, I knew something was wrong. Hey, Derek, how are you, honey? He was like, yeah, I knew something was wrong. He said, okay, I see. So that's when the battle began. Okay. Now we got married within the battle, y'all. We got married within the battle. So for 2 good years, the battle had ignited, honey. Okay. The battle had ignited and my king already put in his mind, I was not going to win. Okay. So yes, I came into submission. Okay. So now you're hearing me talk about, me being, I guess I lost the battle. I lost the battle. But I won the war. I don't know if that's, if I'm saying that correctly, but I lost the battle, but I won the war because I would never be where I am today if it wasn't for my husband. So the correction was needed in my 20s. Yeah, so I learned. So my sisters, no matter what religion you are in, okay? When your teacher comes, what you got to do? Take heed to the message. I had to throw that in here a little bit. Okay, Urel, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. I'm going to hit you with something and then we out of here, y'all, because I'm going to go aggravate my husband. I know he on my stream right now, okay? So we going to be out of here, okay? We going to be out of here. Urel, thank you so much, baby. I appreciate you for another $2 for a $2 super chat. Thank you so much. Now, this is the song right here. Listen to this right here. Okay? Listen to
song
this
didn't
right
even
here.
need no words. This song just strictly beat and it still go crazy.
That's nasty. Now, you already know.
What? I don't know.
You already know what this is right here. You already know. You already know.
Hey.
You already know. Here it come. Here it come. Hey. That's nasty. How deep is your love? All right, guys. I had a wonderful morning. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for coming to rock with me. Everybody have a wonderful and blessed Saturday. God willing, I will see y'all on Monday. I won't be doing the show tomorrow. Okay? Got some things to do. Y'all have a wonderful and safe and blessed day. Y'all enjoy yourself. I know down here in Jersey is doing a little something outside. But the rest of y'all, wherever you are, have a wonderful day. Be safe. If you want to donate to the channel after the stream is off, Cash App, Venmo is available. Okay, if you want to donate right now, Super Chat is available. If you want to shop with us, our family business is called ubnracksfashion.com. Mercari, POSHMARK, and eBay is also in the link to my bio. If you want to shop merch, okay, because I also have merch on YouTube. Hoodies, shirts, mugs, water bottles, baby clothes as well. Got a cartoon form of me with the words in the back, take heed to the message. Renee, thank you, baby. I appreciate you. I see you. That's my king in the chat as well. He says shop ubnracksfashion.com. Y'all, thank you so much for coming to rock with me today. I greatly appreciate it. And we gonna be out of here. We gonna get in here. You know what? We gonna finish it just like this. Here we go.
I don't know how God's gonna do it.
Oh, that's nasty.
I don't know when it's gonna fix it.
That's nasty.
Well, I only know, He's gonna make a way for me. I know He's gonna, He's gonna.